Hi, Susan Finch here with All Volunteer, All Heart from Binky Patrol. And this was a spontaneous episode with a friend now from Microsoft who just finished hosting a great Binky Patrol event. So you're just going to dive right into the conversation with us, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Yeah, my pleasure. So I'm sorry I miscoordinated. I would have loved to have been there. And all of you team members that showed up to the Microsoft event making blankets, thank you. And I'm so sorry I missed you all. I got lost in the email thread.
No worries. That was my fault.
So tell me about first how you found us and then about the event.
Yeah. So last year I was a Give champion for my team as well. So we do this every October. We do a volunteer event. And last year I did one with the Seattle Humane Society, and we created tie blankets for like mats for cats and different things. And that was a big hit just in terms of how collaborative it was. And I've made blankets before, so I was like, you know what, let's try and find something that's a little bit more for humans and try and make an impact in a different realm. So that's why we did this. And then I was thinking, because I know that you mentioned about donating to local shelters. So I was thinking we might do, it's called Youth Care in Seattle, and it's just a youth homeless shelter. So I was potentially going to donate there.
That's fantastic. Yay!
Yeah, so yesterday we had the event and it was very casual. So it worked out really great where we all just made blankets together, and we still have 6 more to make. But those are going to be for the team members that weren't able to make it. They're going to be able to do those with their family and friends, and they have the option to donate it with us, or they can donate it with their family and friends to their favorite shelter or organization.
Oh, that's great. And I think that's one of the biggest gifts is it gets teams involved in talking about where could they go? What places do they know about? What needs are by them? And it's how we can all learn. It's like, I didn't know that was there. People don't realize we had lived, years and years ago, we lived in Laguna Beach, and you don't think there's poverty there because it's Laguna Beach, California, but there's a lot. And there are a lot of hidden, quiet people that need everything, and they are living in like squalor.
Yeah.
Under homes and different things. And people were actually saying, oh yeah, I have an apartment. Said, that's not an apartment, that's a closet.
Yeah.
And they were doing their best, but you don't always know in your community until you start talking about it.
Yeah.
And asking. So how many of you were in person? You said there were maybe 25 of you in person?
There was 20 of us. We had some sicknesses, so there was only 20 of us, but it still worked out great. And then the people that weren't able to make it, like I said, are going to make their own and involve their family, friends, and kiddos. And yeah, it was nice because it was just super calm and casual.
How long was your event?
So it was 2 hours. The first hour was dedicated towards the blankets, and then the second hour was a lunch. But what we ended up doing was just taking a break, eating, and then going back to the blankets. So all 20, we're trying to make sure that they're tracking their time, are donating the 2 hours, which Microsoft matches. So it'll be about $50 a person.
Fantastic.
I just checked today on how much we raised in people that have actually tracked their time, and it's about 1,300.
Oh, so, my goodness.
And it's just going to go up. So I'm excited about that. And then we also, for the lunchtime, we did a fundraiser as well. So we had people donate. So yeah, I'm still trying to get those results, but I will have them by the end of the month. So
thank you guys.
Yeah.
Every nonprofit has different needs, and you've done your research on us. We are 100% volunteer. Yeah. So $1,300 for us goes a long way. That covers either operational expenses for a whole year, like our website hosting, our PO box, our storage, or some other, other things, our CPA, and it also can cover fabric and things to make more blankets. All of it, that's how we keep going.
Yeah.
And growing. Awesome. And one of our biggest challenges lately is we have lost a lot of chapters. We lost a lot of chapters during COVID, and we have had difficulty rebuilding it for 2 reasons. One, our volunteer ages have aged. And the other is people don't have the time. People used to be home and now have to get more jobs and work harder. So they don't have that time to dedicate to doing volunteer opportunities other than once in a while, but to make a commitment. So
Right.
we're, always looking for organizations and departments like yours where it's okay, it might not be all the time, but if you look forward to the next Binky event, it
Yeah.
gets you guys thinking about it all year long. And it's like, oh, we have
Hmm.
this other thing. I wonder if they want them this time of year. Yeah, we always want blankets.
Yeah.
We always need them. And I love the fact that you are finding your local area. I mean, sale's not that far from us, but how great that you're finding it right there.
Yeah.
And you're going to
Yeah.
keep them by you.
What I'm excited about is that we were able to also still give to your organization as well through donation of time and money and
Yeah.
through Microsoft's match as well. So that's what I really enjoyed about this specific year's event is we supported the Seattle Humane Society, which don't get me wrong, I love them. I got my dog from them. They're great. But I love that we were able to support 100% volunteered organization that, yeah, can actually put this money to good use and just
And you get to
continue
comfort
to,
kids by you.
yeah.
I mean, you've made an impact
Yeah.
in your immediate community.
Hmm. Right. And what's exciting is our entire team is actually going to be out here next week for a conference in downtown. And the shelter that we are donating is right across from the convention center. So it kind of all ties in.
Oh, that's fantastic. No pun intended. That is fantastic. What a great way to see it to the end.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I would love to hear from that. If you could get me the contact information for that organization after you
Yeah.
deliver,
Hmm.
I would like to contact them and maybe have them on
Yeah.
from the recipient's perspective and to talk about their needs.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
community partners for nonprofits, we have so much more strength when we pull from each other rather than always having to compete.
Yeah.
There are ways to complement each other.
Mhm.
That is super cool.
I will send you a picture.
Oh,
I'll send
good.
it to you via email. I forgot to take pictures during the event, but I took a picture right before with all the blankets laid out. So I'll
Okay,
send you that picture.
that would be great. And then the pile of them before you deliver.
Mhm. Yep. And
That,
I was talking to my coworker as well, and she said that she wants us to take a picture, like hold them up and take a picture with
yeah.
them as well. So I'll do that too.
Okay. And you guys are okay with me posting and talking about this, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so the department, so let's talk about that. So you're with my, Keri. I didn't even introduce you properly at the beginning, and I'll have to go back and add this in. So it's Keri Banghart.
Hmm.
So you are with Microsoft in
Hmm.
Seattle, and you're in SELA. So can
Yep.
you tell people a little bit about your team?
Yeah, absolutely. So SELA is Corporate External and Legal Affairs. We are the legal organization inside of Microsoft. So we have a lot of attorneys, paralegals, but also just business professionals as well. Like myself, I am an administrator here. So I support our small team of 25, and our small team of 25 is SELA Tech Ops and Programs. So it's legal operations, and then it's also just programs such as pro bono. So we curate a lot of different opportunities for the attorneys to be able to meet their pro bono service hours that are not required but recommended when they take their ethical. So yeah, that's a little bit about our company. And then our company, well, that's a little bit about our organization, but our company has been doing this giving campaign for about 50 years now. This one is our 50th. And it's really just an opportunity to get all employees together and try and give back to our local community, but also Microsoft's a global company, right? So just where our team are located as well, which is why our remote folks are going to be donating their blanket to a local shelter of their choice as well.
All right, so let's talk about how did we set this up for it was easy to set it up locally because you get the fabric, you bring it there, you have scissors and things. How are you doing it for the remote teams? Because I want other organizations, other large corporations with teams all over the place to know how easy this is. What did you do
Yeah.
to get them their fabric?
We did use our budget, so we used a little bit of budget to be able to get the fabric. Microsoft provides all supplies, so I was able to just take the supplies from the copy room in terms of scissors. And then what I did is I prepped the fabric for everybody, so I just cut the corners so that they didn't have to worry about not cutting
Oh,
it straight. So I cut all the corners so that all they had to
and you
do
cut
was
the
cut.
edges off?
Yep, the selvage, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yep, so I cut all that, and then from there, I packed it up and sent it to our remote people. Yeah, it worked out really well, and they got it in time, and they were able to join us remotely, and make their blankets with us.
Fantastic. It helps too because they're like really inexpensive kits on Joann's and stuff, and
Mhm.
they're caca.
Mhm.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
too thin. But this was the fabric I got. Somebody sent it to me. I thought, well, I have to make. I have a mom who wrote to me, and she asked for 3 blankets for her kids. She had 4 children until last year, and she lost one. She has another one with health problems, and she lost her job. And so she said, can you just send us something for my kids? These are the things they like. These are their ages. I said, yes. So I have one quilt that arrived that's perfect for her daughter. It's all in her favorite colors. And then her son likes monster trucks. I didn't have monster trucks, but I have big like construction trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use that and make him. And then I have one more that I'll be making. But these requests come in and they just break your heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm not going to turn it down. Like, no, we will
Right.
get you the blankets. Somehow we will get you the blankets at whatever you're asking for.
Yeah.
And our chapter in Connecticut, she just sent down 200 blankets down in North Carolina.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So somebody by her is sending down diggers and trucks and things.
Oh my
So
goodness.
those are getting hauled down there. So she packed them in there. She got all the bags and strapped them to these big tractors and these haulers.
Oh my god.
And so they'll, so those are coming with 200 blankets.
That's awesome.
We do what we can to help our immediate and nearby communities.
Yeah.
And you guys
And I noticed the fabric quality when I was at Joann's too. I chose the anti-pill fleece fabric. So it felt like better than the just kit ones, but
yeah, we decided not to do kits this year. I just bought bolts and bolts for our event October 19th. We're having a national blanket making event.
Oh, great.
We have 9 locations making them at the same time on that Saturday.
Oh, very cool. How does that work? What are the details of that event?
So that's kind of fun. So there's an organization called the Mr. Ballin Foundation. Mr. Ballin has a podcast. It's a true crime story podcast that he does a tremendous amount of research. And they're sad stories. They're tragic, sad stories. All of them are victims of violent crimes. And the podcast took off because he's such a great storyteller, but it was wearing on him for a couple of reasons. First, the material, but then also thinking about, I don't want to, he started getting subscribers and things like I'm profiting off of their sorrow. So he said, that's wrong. So he set up a foundation to be able to take every dollar he gets from the podcast subscriptions, which is over, I don't know how many million now, goes to help organizations that are, maybe they were even featured in one of his stories and it sparked an organization like Love is Greater Than Hate.
Yeah.
Buck, his daughter was murdered by a classmate and he turned it into Love is Greater Than Hate. It became this thing. And so Mr. Ballin Foundation helps to supply that. We help victims of violent crimes. So they found us, and last year and this year, they've donated $25,000 to us each year to put on an event. And all the blankets we make at that specific event go to victims of violent crimes.
Very cool.
So that's how that came about. So we ask our chapters who wants to do it. It's funded, just go find a place, help promote it. And so we supply their fabric and everything. Normally our chapters all raise their own money. So this year with the 9 locations, they're different sizes. A couple of them are private events. They're like in a school, they're in a neighborhood, so we just want for our neighborhood. We don't want people coming from all over. So that's fine, whatever your expenses are. So we're supplying that and their lunches and t-shirts and stuff. And they're making an event. We don't do banquets. We don't do any of those no golf. We've tried all those things in the past. It's not our thing. We would rather have a blanket making event. Get sponsors for our lunches like this. I'm so for a sponsor for the lunch, trying to get everybody fed, because if they leave and pick up lunch, they don't always come back.
Right.
We want to make sure these put. And so that's what we'll be doing. In all ages, we let little kids come. We have 4-year-olds learning how to sew.
Oh, that's awesome.
Learning how to handle, how to tie, how to iron.
Yeah.
And then a little bit bigger kids, we teach them how to cut with the rotary cutters.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, we usually, for our event here, we usually have about 300 blankets that we make in 5 hours.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Wow.
It's so much fun. It's crazy. I mean, we are just it's nonstop. Everybody's on the floor, pinning, cutting. We got sewers at sewing tables. We had somebody bring a knitting machine. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's so cool.
So it is. It's a very wonderful annual event. We used to do them twice a year when Comcast or Cox, not Comcast, Xfinity did an annual event before COVID. We used to do it with them and then through the United Way, and both of them stopped doing those types of events. So it's like, okay, so we're on our own. So it's a little different now.
Yeah.
But we're figuring it out. You know, it's the type of thing that I would love to say, you know, hey, Keri, can I tell you about this event and you can promote it to everybody?
Yeah.
And that would be amazing. So
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so next year I'll get you down for that. And
yeah.
Yep. Because I'm
thinking about too, like this year it was just my immediate team, right? And the giving campaign is across the entire company. So next year too, potentially, I mean, I would have to figure out budgets and what teams would be willing to
have a Binkathon.
Participate, but yes.
Because we can
and then we do the whole company, get a lot of people.
We can show you. I mean, it's an easy thing. We have it all written. We've done probably 100 of these.
Oh, awesome.
They're easy. Okay, we've done them with schools. We've done them at, you know, walking events and stuff where we have a booth set up. We've sewn on site. We let kids decorate squares. We sew them into blankets. We do the type. We do it all at these events. So it's a lot of fun and super flexible.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we would love to get tied to you guys for something like that. Again, yes, the money helps. Mm-hmm. And the blankets, though, help. And maybe somebody will say, you know, I'm going to get a chapter going.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have some drop-off locations, you know?
It's also just nice. It's hands-on. It makes the time go by faster. You can sit there and chat. You can
chat.
Yeah.
Chat. That's what we do. You know, when we first started all this in Laguna Beach, there were a lot of, you know, sewing on the deck with wine Saturdays.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we still made blankets.
Yeah.
We had Binkathons where people would sew their fingers and we'd have to have ways to get the blood out of the blankets, you know. There were things we've done. We've done so many things and been at many places. We have great memories. It seems to all involve a lot of laughter.
Yeah.
And those are good memories.
Yeah. How long have you guys been?
30 years.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
We're starting our 30th year. And so next June, all the directors are getting together in California because that's where we started. And we're going to have a weekend to celebrate and stuff and to kind of reminisce.
Congrats. That's awesome. That's a big milestone.
It is. It started just by saying yes. I think we need to do that a little bit more. Like, sure, I'll do it. You know, I figured I'd do it for a while. I'm sorry. That's awesome. We've had some chapters with us almost the entire time.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Yeah, and we've had the same directors the entire time.
Oh.
Because, you know, again, it's all volunteer and they kind of let me do what I need to do just to get this done. And it's okay, guys, we need to call all the chapters. We need to, you know, do this. And they help out. And a couple of them are having Binkathons, which is fun. The two private ones are from two of our directors. It's a good group. Keri, I appreciate you, and please thank your team.
Absolutely, I will. I will.
I love
this visit so much.
Do you mind then? So I'm going to turn this into an episode probably.
Okay.
And I will get you the video so you can share it with your team however you want to.
Perfect.
And then if you guys can send me the photos, I would love to share that out.
Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely do that.
Oh, that was great. Thank you for finding us and for thinking of us.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to chat and
of course
be part of it. I love it.
I'll talk to you again.